Now, one more element is the disaster relief.
Right, not scored.
What the heck? You must be a visionary in your own right. Well, life comes with disasters, I guess.
Yeah.
Important.
But you know, Marva, there's disasters every day around us in individual people's lives. And Summer Haven has been reaching out to these disasters through very beautiful people who care in the valley. But we enable them to reach into these disasters. But what if something happened that was bigger than what we can imagine? What if, even for example, yes, we're concerned about earthquakes happening in this valley and the devastation that could happen here. But what if something happened in Los Angeles that caused millions to flee? What would happen to our valley? Unless you know how to receive those people, some of them have ways of procuring what they need, if you know what I'm saying. And it could become a very difficult situation unless we're prepared with the love of God and with a plan. And so out of Summer Haven, and we've begun to develop crisis distributors through Summer Haven. And so that we can do the distribution during that time, and connecting with the Red Cross and with emergency response training on all of these beautiful things. But we began to realize that something greater was needed, is volunteers. So as we began to think about it and pray about it, we began to realize that there is a hub and a network and a coordinating that's needed. So together with Steve and Michelle Webb, who's very well known in the Valley, we began to discuss and to pray and to seek out what we could do. And we decided to form the Antelope Valley Disaster Relief Network. And we just had our recent press conference to introduce this to the Valley. And thankfully the county, the state, the sheriffs, the fire, the cities, even somebody from the White House was there for our little press conference. And we're very honored to be able to just to say, what we plan to do is to connect the Christian churches, individuals who want to be trained, and have a database, have people background checked, have them all the same t-shirt, and have an agreement with the sheriffs, with the fire, with these, which is already developing, that we'll be able to take the volunteer people who are trained and they are background checked and go and to, in coordination with our sheriffs and our fire departments and our Red Cross and the excellent service that they provide, we'll be able to do what we can do as volunteers. And the thing is, the Red Cross, which does an excellent job, they're only there for short term. But then it really falls back on our own valley. What are we going to do in what we call the recovery stage? How are we going to recover ourselves? And that's the job of ourselves, not just the Red Cross.
Hurricane Katrina was personally felt by me and mine. And it was the overwhelming need that spilled over into like Houston, Texas, wasn't it that? And it's where the people had to go. It was like the high ground of where they had to go for survival, safety. Right. And yes, there's a very good instance that it would happen up here. Yeah. We would be on the front lines of that. And the peace of mind for law enforcement and fire personnel with that one t-shirt. Yes. That we all are in alignment with what's important.
So we have actually a call center already, which is 20 lines, and we're able to do two things with that. Communications with these law enforcements and all the other agencies, but as people have a need, they can call in. But as people have resources, they can also call in. So that there you're able to match the resources with the needs.
And the horse owner that needs the stable. Right. I mean,
and those who said, we have a stable available, we'd be welcome to do that. or we'll know that this is the area that's allocated at the fairgrounds or wherever it might be, so that information can be coming in and going out. And we just want to provide that service to the valley in that time of big crisis.
Okay, awesome. Well, you know, this is where leadership comes in handy, because we do have a way to go, and we do have skills that we've acquired that can be, you don't want to apply them, but they're there if
Right.
you've got them and you have the training. And then all the different agencies to where we can really make some lemonade out of lemon,
Yes.
if it comes to that. So it's called the Antelope Valley Disaster Relief.
Network.
Antelope Valley Disaster Relief Network. Put that in your memory bank. Vicki Medina, who's with the Antelope Valley Board of Trade,
Yeah.
she says, get involved, stay involved. And that's what we need in our community, is those that are heart-driven, want the service, want to be a part of righting these complicated situations, one bite at a time, one person at a time.
Yeah.
We actually coordinated 3 teams during Katrina. And one of the most amazing things that I saw when I was there was that there was an organization called Pastors Resource Coalition, which was put together right after 9/11. And they were there and ready, and you could see their orange t-shirts with the blue writing all over the place. They went places where other groups were not able to go because of their on-the-ground presence. And it was really amazing. So as Gordon speaks about this, it's actually already happened. This is already, you know, the church or groups like this have already mobilized. It was amazing during Katrina because there was certain churches that they had a network that was so amazing. You could go to this church for clothing, you could go there for this, for that. And then some churches that were devastated, there's one that was devastated in Biloxi, right there was people just coming in and dropping off clothes and there was a man that was right there ready to distribute. And yet that fellow had had more than 14 foot of water going through his church alone. And the thing that was beautiful about that was there was organizations that were not allowed to go house to house.
Right.
But because, and they were in the arenas, but because Pastors Resource Coalition and because of the church that was available, they were able to go to house to get to the people. And who are in those houses? The disabled and the elderly.
Mm-hmm.
So they were able to visit them, put up tents, take care of them, and bring them to the new normal.
Mm-hmm.
So this is really a valid thing that our community is going to be able to be available to do for each other.
Ah,
We took a study in Austin, Texas. It's one of the places you mentioned, Dallas and Austin. Austin received 6,500 people, and it was overwhelming to a city of several million.
6,500.
6,500.
6,000.
The Army Corps of Engineers is talking of over 200,000 people up to 2 million people. And I don't like to say that big number too often because it scares people. But if we think that if each of our families would become active and help somebody, if everybody would become shelter trained or take community emergency response training. It's free. It's in the valley. Let's use it. The Red Cross offers free trainings all the time. Now, the Disaster Relief Network is going to be offering and is beginning our training and orientations of churches and beginning to train. The AMR has just offered us that they're going to do the CPR training for free for all of our individuals. So it's the valley rising up together.
It really
The DRN is just simply a network where we, you know, it's just like a meeting place or an umbrella to meet under. And it's only going to be as good as everybody working together. And so we don't feel like heroes or anything, but we put the call out. And the response of this valley, as you said, Marva, is incredible. The wonderful people who said, I have this, I have that, and I want to do this, I can help like that. And so we're just trying to facilitate all of that coming together. And it's been a lot, but it's been a lot of fun because of the people that we've met. It's been awesome.
It's the art of receiving. You know, if you're willing
Yeah.
to receive, and then just the divine, just feeding it where it needs to go, and then letting you.
We thought we
free of
needed
life
all
force.
this money and, you know, to do all these
That?
things. But what's happening is that, oh, this one did the graphic arts and put out the brochure, and somebody else printed it, and just on and on. I could tell you stories that it's just people who have what they have that want to give.
And encountering the panic and the fear
Yes.
that we're all just kind of not wanting to get swept up in, being proactive, getting involved in your community is the way to be to remain confident and secure.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and yes, if it was one member in each family that just felt that yearning to, gather up the supplies, the knowledge, the know-how, you can't help but just have it enter you in everyday conversation.
Right.
And we do lift one another up. So let us see here, Antelope Valley. This is enough for today. We've had a wonderful exchange. I get to know you, and a lot of confidence. I know people wonder how I could smile and really grasp what we're in this world today. But for me, the byproduct of faith is that I'm smiling
Of hope.
because I'm not in control.
And it's okay.
It's
And
okay.
it's okay.
And the main thing is not to limit God with what he needs to do, just know your place and then participate. And goodness sake, enjoy it, don't you think?
Yes.
Have the joy present.
Yeah.
I think that's when God is most personified, is when we're joyful,
Yes.
authentically.
Yes.
So I would tell you to carry on, but you're doing quite fine without that.
Thank you so much.
Oh, Teresa, we've
beautiful to meet
only just begun.